You guys tell me, which would you rather own? I got a 24 Yukon Denali and a 23 Chevy Tahoe Z71. And I know you guys are gonna say, oh, it's not comparable because it's not the same year. They really didn't make any changes, right? Like 24 versus a 23. As far as body style changes, nothing changed, 23 to 24. Some minor engine tweaks in the 3.0 diesels in these years, which this 24 Yukon Denali has the 3.0, the small 3-liter diesel. The Tahoe has a 5.3-liter V8. I'm gonna show you both of these vehicles, guys. You tell me, which would you rather own? I think I know the answer, but we'll see in the comments what you guys say. All right, we'll start out. I'm gonna show you the Yukon Denali. This is a 2024 Yukon Denali. I just got this guy in. This is, what does it have, like 400 or 500 miles on it? I actually make that like 800 or 900 miles. Sweet vehicle, right? And the 3.0 diesel in this is a pretty awesome option. You can get low 20s, low to upper 20s on a trip with this small diesel engine. I sell a ton of these, guys, love them. And you can see here, you got your upgraded LED headlights, you got your fog lights. In a Denali too, you get your all chrome grille, and you can get, like, there's guys, like, a lot of times guys, if you don't like the chrome, they'll black out these grills, wrap them. This particular one does have the black nameplate where all this is blacked out, and you have the black 22-inch wheels on this guy. But pretty standard here, like Denali front end. You get your painted to match bumper. You have some chrome down here as well. You got all your cameras and everything. You're gonna get that automatically with the Denali. This guy, and you can see here, your black nameplates, black Denali emblem badging right there. You still have some chrome around the door handles, chrome here. This is black underneath. You got your camera in the mirror there for your 360 camera. This has the black fixed running boards. You could get, again, you could get this with a power running board, but this one does not have. This is just the fixed running board option. The black 22-inch wheels, this Denali has the magnetic ride control. So 3.0 diesel, magnetic ride. Go around to the back of this. Again, your Yukon and your Denali all blacked out. You got your rear camera. This does have the trailer package. So you actually have, you can pop this cover off and your hitch is right underneath there. We go around to this side, pretty much the same thing. And you can see here, you got your passive entry exit. You have these little buttons on the door where you can lock and unlock your doors just going up to it. And the chrome here on this, all pretty standard Denali. And actually this chrome, you guys can see it, but this is not like, it's like a flat chrome. It's not like a super bright chrome, at least on this part. And then some of this is a little bit brighter. It's kind of funky, but this piece itself is not a super shiny chrome. Kind of nice, right? But sleek looking truck, these Yukons, and honestly the Denali, I sell a ton of them used and even brand new. This seems to be, like, for me, if I'm gonna get a Yukon, the Denali is the way to go. I get the AT4s in, I get some of the other trims, but the Denali is definitely the best selling. It's just the most well known, I think, the most marketed from new, right? So all right, guys, I'll show you the inside of this thing. So inside the 2024 Yukon Denali, and you can see, first off, this is the black leather interior option. This thing literally smells new inside because it's got no miles on it. But you can see here, I'll start this puppy up. These 3-liter diesels are super quiet too. So you can hear, like, you can't even hear the thing running right now, honestly. They're a sweet engine. This one has the, first off, it has the power sliding console, all right, which is kind of cool. I guess really, if you're sitting in the back, it puts your cup holders back further, and I guess here in the front, I don't know, you got more storage. Otherwise, it's kind of a funny thing. Then this thing slides forward, but I have some people that really like that power sliding console. I don't know if I really care that much about it, but again, kind of a neat feature there. And then you can also see the other cool thing that's cool is, instead of having like your brown wood grain trim, all the wood grain is blacked out. So it's literally like a black wood grain in this thing. So it gives it a super sleek look. It doesn't, I guess it kind of gives it, instead of that, grandpa look, right? It doesn't have that old look. It's got like a sleek, kind of blacked out look, right? Where you're not, I don't know. I kind of think it is cool what they did with that. They went away from just your standard brown, blacked it out, gave it a sleeker look, trying to go for a younger crowd, I think. Denali, you got your heated and cooled seats, you got your dual zone climate, you got your, here, and we can go into cameras here, you got your full camera setup, front view, tire view, hitch view. This has the max trailering package, right, which I don't know if you can see this with the camera, but you have your integrated trailer brake controller over here. You got your tow haul mode. You got your lane departure assist. This has that. They're not all going to come with that, so that is really a nice feature when you have that brake controller integrated. It might give you, Max Trailer, it gives you like an upgraded trans cooler as well. But yeah, guys, sweet vehicle. Heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control as well. You can get these with Super Cruise. This one does not have it, which is GM self-driving. But this is, again, just more of a standard Denali package. This one does not have a sunroof. You can get them with the sunroof. But again, I'll show you, I don't know, it's just a sleek looking vehicle. Back of the Yukon Denali. You can see this guy has the optional bucket seats in the back. You can get this with in buckets or a bench seat. Buckets are, I mean, honestly, it just depends. Like I have some people that like the bench seats because you can fit as many people as possible. The buckets, the nice thing, you can have a car seat here and your kids can still get around to the back. Climate control for the rear heated seats here. And then also these seats, the other cool thing with these is these seats actually do slide front and back, just depending how, you know, how much space you need. If you're trying to get in and out of the back, and of course they do flip up as well. That all flips up, right? Which when we go to the back, I'll show you, all this is power as well, so you can do this just via the buttons there. But that is kind of cool. All right, what are we doing to me? All right, so that's there. Hey guys, I'll show you the back of this thing. And I didn't mention it before, but this of course has the Bose premium sound, GM's better sound option, right? You got a little storage compartment underneath here. Looks like your block heater's in here. Your jack assembly is in here. I don't know what this is, some sort of tie down rope, but cool little storage compartment underneath there. And then all these seats here will go power down and power up. So the third row is power down and power up. The second row I'll show you is only power down. You can't get those back. Those buttons are right here. So those, you can fold them up, but you're gonna have to go manually flip those back then. So yeah guys, that's the Yukon Denali. Again, sweet vehicle, very popular vehicle. MSRP on these is gonna be like, I think they start probably low 80s, and then they're gonna be up to, like this particular one, MSRP was probably pushing $90,000. Expensive, right? And in the used market, they're typically 10 to 15 grand less, right? So like this thing is about probably 10 grand back at MSRP on my lot used versus new. Save yourself $8,000-10,000 probably. All right guys, I'm gonna show you the Tahoe Z71 next. So we got the 2023 Chevy Tahoe Z71. This is, you know, it's got the off-road look, some of the off-road equipment. Pretty cool vehicle that GM came out with here, because it gives you that sporty look, and you have more ground clearance. Like your front bumper here, you can see is cut out to give you more ground clearance, and it's got, like, it's white with the black. This is all blacked out, black grille, black bow ties here, and you can see the black again, red tow hooks, red Z71. But just a sleek vehicle, and on it, and these are super popular too. So the Chevy, this is the Tahoe Z71. You can get them in the Suburban Z71 as well, but no chrome on this, all blacked out, painted to match. This is like GM Summit white, but you can see here the black 20s. That would be your standard Z71 wheel, and you can just see this, you know, they sit up a little bit higher. This particular one is a loaded out Z71 where it actually has magnetic ride and adaptive air suspension. So literally, this thing has different terrain modes. This is like the Mac Daddy of a Z71. Like, they don't typically have magnetic ride and air suspension. This one has all that. It's a high package Z71. So actually, suspension-wise, like the Denali has the magnetic ride. This Tahoe does as well, and it's a lot less money. Going around here, you can see all this is blacked out, black under the mirrors. You have your 360 camera package on this as well. But again, all black, right? White painted to match door handles. You got your black running boards here as well. Black, even like your roof rail racks are all black, right? So pretty just a sweet, clean looking vehicle. And again, on this, you have the magnetic ride and air suspension. So when you park it, when you stop, it actually lowers for entry exit. You start driving, it raises again. You can lift it up even higher then if you're going off-road in their terrain mode. The back of it, again, this has the tow package. So you got your hitches underneath that plastic cover, black bow ties in the back, your cameras, rear sensors as well. So this has the front and rear sensors, your passive lock and unlock, right? The buttons here on the door handle. This is a loaded out Tahoe Z71. You can get a super basic one with no equipment. that just has the look, that's it. All this stuff, you're probably spending another 15 grand brand new to get it. Again, it drives freaking sweet. They drive way nicer with that, with the magnetic ride and the air suspension. I think with these, if you're spending the money, if you're gonna spend $65,000, why not get all that equipment, spend an extra 10 grand, but hey, if you have the money to spend 65, you probably have the money to spend 75, right? That's my take on it anyhow. So inside the Tahoe Z71, you can see here, first off, this is your black leather interior. You can get these in a brown leather and I think a gray leather. Black leather is honestly the cleanest, and if you have kids, the easiest to keep clean. So this Tahoe, like I said, and you can see here, you have your GM all-weather mats in here. So you got your full all-weather protection. I'll start this thing up. This has the 5.3 liter V8. It has the Bose premium sound, as you can see there on the door. You got heated seats, no cooled seats in these, just heated seats. That's all you can ever get in a Z71. You have your heated steering wheel in this as well, and you can see your screen is a bit different in this versus the Denali, right? This is your standard Z71 screen. So as far as technology goes, these you're not getting as much as you would in a Denali. For most people, you probably don't need it. This is enough. But you can see here, and I'll go into, let's go to the home screen. You got your navigation, you have your cameras, and again, very comparable camera setup, if not the same as we had on that Denali, right? So that gives you all this. Again, this is an option on these. You're not getting it in all Tahoe Z71s, but on this one, you have it, which is kind of nice. And then this has the full panel sunroof, which is a sweet option. Have the shade cover part of the roof. You can have it cover the whole roof. You can pause it. Again, pretty sweet. You can open up your sunroof, all that good stuff. What do you have here? Oh, you can actually adjust your tailgate, how your lift gate. You can adjust if you want it to open 3/4 of the whole way. So if you're short, you can not have it open up as high so you can still reach the button, right? Or if you're tall, open up the whole way so you don't bump your head. You have your integrated trailer brake controller because this has the max trailer package. You have this thing has adaptive cruise, which is again a sweet option here. Your terrain mode. So that's the other thing. So we have sport mode, you have off-road mode, you have trailer mode, you have your ride height, which is your air suspension, which shows you, like, you have normal ground clearance, you have increased ground clearance. Literally the whole thing's gonna raise, and it's doing it right now. You have maximum ground clearance. This sucker, like, literally adjusts. You can adjust all that, and you have to switch it to 4 low to do that. Dual zone climate control, of course, but again, sweet vehicle here. Back of the Tahoe Z71, first thing here, this has the bench seat across the back. You could get it in bench seat or buckets. You got your dual zone climate control, your rear heated seats. Your air vents on these are here along the side because it has the sunroof, right? So they kind of changed that up in these, but they put it along the side as opposed to those circular vents in the old body style. And again here, this whole section will slide back and forth. You can flip this puppy up just like we saw in that Denali. Sweet option there. All that can be flipped up if you're going to be hauling a bunch of stuff in the back of this. What will I show you here? Let me actually show you this. Well, yeah, you can see. So third row in these is still pretty, like, you still have a decent amount of space. That's one of the things in these newer body style 21 and newer, in the Tahoes, the Suburbans, this third row is like, you can fit in there a little bit nicer. Still tight for a full grown adult, but a lot better than what they used to be. Like the old body style, you're basically sitting on the floor. This, you actually have, you know, you have some space under your leg there. You have some seat under your leg as opposed to the old one. Back of the Tahoe Z71, of course, you got a power lift gate. That is an option. Not all of them are gonna have it. So if you get a base package Z71, you're gonna have a manual lift gate, no power rear seats. Like this has the full power down, right? And these guys here, flip that whole sucker and then you hit it again and it flips up, right? So sweet option there. We'd have to manually go do this, but you can see you got a ton of space if you just want to haul stuff. And then these guys will come back up, power. The other ones we have to manually go do. But again, guys, and then we didn't miss this. Let's see here. Yep, we got a little storage compartment. Oh, yeah. And just FYI, all of these new vehicles, you need to have this little guy if you ever run out of gas. You got to put gas in with your gas can that you have sitting at the house, because the safety valve on these, well, inside the flapper right inside your gas tank, will not allow you to stick a normal gas can like the nozzle in there, right? You have to have this piece to push down in, and you can fill it up from that. So Good thing to remember there, if you ever run out of gas, you will need one of those guys. So if you don't have one, you better get one. I just showed you the 2023 Chevy Tahoe Z71 versus the 2024 Yukon Denali. Two very different trucks in some ways, very similar in others. And of course you have a 3.0 diesel versus a 5.3 liter V8. That's a whole nother debate, right? But as far as the vehicles themselves go, you tell me, what would you rather have, the Tahoe Z71 or the Yukon Denali, right? Would you like the bells and whistles? Do you not care? Would you sooner have that Tahoe? A little bit less there bell and whistle wise. But you guys tell me. Be sure to hit subscribe for more content. Guys, I'm always getting new trucks, new SUVs, new cars in. That's what I do. Check out the website, markmartinmotors.com. But hit subscribe for more content, for more videos. We're launching them every week, guys. Always something cool, something exciting.